good evening, Glue Troopers, and I am going to be talking about the AMT Ertl Lowe's Monte Carlo kit that I finished today as the Max's Models NASCAR car. Now, overall, I have no real problems with this kit. Looks good, parts fit, hint of flash, no big deal. But I have to tell you, it's got those big, thick, heavy NASCAR style rubber tires, and they were the only thing that drove me up the wall today. There's just no way to get those pieces in to get them. You have to put the half piece in until, of course, the rubber overlaps the rim, and you do the same thing from the other side. And you don't need any glue because the rubber overlaps the rim and locks them into place. The problem is there was simply no way to do that with the tires out of the box, and trust me, I tried. At one point it involved vice grips. But I did use the old trick. I tried warming it up in warm water and got a little elasticity. I wound up running the water through the coffee maker to get just scalding hot water, dropped them in there for a couple of minutes, and then they were finally ready to go in. And once I got them in place, I was like, okay, they're not coming apart ever. And then, of course, one of the four tires was missing the little axle piece, which I couldn't find anywhere. So I was just going to go ahead and glue them on the car anyway. Of course, once I engineered a fix so that I could get the tire to mount without that piece and it's hardening in place, then of course I look up and bing, what's there? I thought I dropped it in the kitchen, and I hadn't. I cleaned the kitchen looking for it. Turned out it was out in the tarbus. Brilliant, Max. Just brilliant. The car's all done. It looks good. Of course, at one point, we're always talking about be careful touching something because you might have a little paint on your finger. Yeah, the same thing goes if you have just a hint of glue on your finger. So, had to touch up that little boo-boo. But anyway, for the kind of model car it is, the instructions could be a little better, but I really don't have any real complaints about it. Looks good. I'm happy with it. You got to scrape off, of course, some chrome and stuff. I did pilfer a few parts from the engine for the Patton's Power Wagon build, but you're never going to see it, so no worries. And there you go. I want to thank Claire from Canada for sending me all of these books in the CF105 Aero. Claire's thinning out his library, and he thought I'd make a good home for these, and I'm thrilled to have them. I look forward to reading them. When I'm done, I'm going to apply for my PhD in CF105 units. It really is an interesting story, which we've talked about here many times. Arguably one of the greatest planes that should have been. And with all of these books, in addition to the ones I already have, I should pretty much be able to answer any question about the CF105 when I'm done, or the Iroquois engine. So I want to say thank you to Claire for that, and I look forward to digging into these. And I also got a couple of coats of paint onto the CF105. And I'm finishing off with the Tamiya lacquers. I think they look better. But unfortunately, that 2X Rust-Oleum that I used I'm going to have to probably give that a couple of days to dry. It's hardening, but I don't know if it's reacting to the plastic or some of the other material that I used on it, or if it's just slow drying. I also had to putty up some stuff. So there's still going to be a lot of sanding and a lot of hardening and then some more painting. It's a long way to go. What should be a fairly simple thing has turned into quite the undertaking. But, man, that's model building, right? So, anywho, I'm getting ready to go to Desertland tomorrow, and hopefully I get to be able to do some sort of a live stream from there, I hope. We'll see how that works out. If not, hopefully just have some pictures to make a video for when I get back. Well, that's really all I have for this evening, these guys. Oh, just one more thing. I was getting ready to lay out the parts for the Patton's Power Wagon, which will be this 1931 Bugatti as the base. And one of the tires, I believe this is off the tractor trailer rig that I made for the Canadian build, it split. I don't think I've ever seen a model tire do that. I don't know about you guys. It was on the rim. So, that's a thinker. Yeah, you got any input on that? Let me know. I'm just guessing that the rubber got hard and broke under pressure being on the rim, but that's no bueno. Well, guys, take care of yourselves. We'll talk at you later. And as always, model on.